Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the finals day here of the June Nova Cup. Joining me on the stream today is none other than Offmer. Hello, sir. How are you?
Good, good. Glad to be here.
Very glad to have you here indeed, my friend. So today on the cast, we will first be watching Ashton Butcher and Johnny C. They are the Balkan Lynx, facing off against Barnish Kieran, a team you may have seen once or twice here before. That is, of course, Drakia and FC Lucy. So some very high caliber players. Kind of goes without saying at this point in the tournament, right? But Balkan Lynx is a team I don't think we've had them play together before, Johnny and Ashton. I could be wrong. I
They've
often am.
played. They won a Nova Cup once.
Oh, okay. They
I
probably
don't know if
have
that's the
played
only
together
time they
before.
played, but yeah, they have done. They've done the whole thing once.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I didn't know these guys had won one. That's impressive. To be fair, I didn't even remember they played together. So no, but fair play. And Drakir and Lucy, of course, they've played together many times and have won together many times as well. So again, a very important match. This could easily decide the winner of the whole tournament, and one that I'm super hyped to watch. I think Ashton and Johnny played some very exciting Legion yesterday. A little bit more snowbally, a little bit more income heavy perhaps than you're used to seeing in a Nova Cup match. But boy, did they make it work, and they cruised their way to victory here with a 2-0 over Shababa Wings and Atrocity in yesterday's upper bracket match. So obviously deserving of their place. Barnish Kieran, of course, a team with a massive tournament pedigree here in Nova Cup. But they actually came out of their bracket in second place, right? Because the first place from that
Yeah,
side of the bracket, I believe, was King Dans and Isolde.
yeah, that's correct.
So those guys, King Dans and Isolde, they're facing off against Fine and Pakistan, who we saw come through the top of the last chance match on the show yesterday. So two pretty exciting semi-finals. If you were to make a
Yeah,
prediction then, Offmer, in the one that we're about to watch, so FC Lucy Drakia, Ashton Butcher Johnny C,
uh,
where's your money?
pretty hard to say because I think Ashton and Johnny are probably a bit more active because Trickier has not really been playing much.
No,
But
but
I mean,
Lucy's active
Lucy's
enough for
active
both of
enough for
them,
both
right?
of them. Yeah, and it's hard to say. I mean, they both play surprisingly well together. Like Ashton and Johnny is always surprising because to me they play pretty similarly, or they kind of want the same things, but
Mhm.
they end up making it work really well. So should be pretty close either way.
Yeah, yeah. And it's going to be interesting to see whether Ashton kind of gets his way and puts on a bit of an Ashton show, manages to snowball his way to victory as he just loves to do, or will Drakir and Lucy be able to control him well enough, keep him
Yeah,
suppressed, keep him under pressure, make sure that he can't be 25 workers on wave 10 and all of that stuff. So that's going to be the crux, I think, whether or not they're able to put the shackles onto Ashton. But we'll have to see. I think either way, it's going to be an exciting one. And to be fair to Drakir and Lucy, both of those players are fully capable of
yeah.
snowballing their way to victory as well. So it's going to be a tough one for both sides. And again, I do think there's a pretty good chance that whichever team wins here might just take the whole thing. At least a
Yeah, I can
50-50,
believe
right?
that. Yeah, for sure. But I do think I mean, the thing about the semis at this point in the Nova Cup history is that usually all the players have won a Nova Cup, and this one
Yeah,
is, in fact, they have. So um, no one left will be an easy match in the finals.
exactly. And like Drakir, like you say, is probably the least active of the players in this lobby, but he is one of the best players of all time, and he has the benefit of those developer hacks, right? So if the game
Yeah,
starts to slip out of control, he can just tweak his Mythium rate to 1.5. He can
you know,
just put a bit of a
tune
multiplier on
up
his
his YOLO
income.
roll. Yeah, should be. I never doubt the out of shape players just
Yeah,
because they get back into it so quickly. Like King and Drac and Witterson, they can all bring it without playing much.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And King Dance is on the other side of the bracket, right? So again, another player who probably isn't that active on the ladder, but shows up when it counts and puts in a performance for Nova Cup.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Looks like we have everybody in the lobby, so we should be able to get the show on the road pretty quickly. Best of 3, remember? So pretty high stakes, even for the first game in the series. We'll have to see which way it goes, and I'm interested to see the mastermind picks here as well, Offma.
Yeah, I think Lucy will go for that ace. She's been digging that.
She's been playing a lot of ace on the ladder. Well, we're about to find out because game 1 is here. Let's go. There's ace for
Ace
Ashton.
for Ashton.
Okay. And then
Evolution.
Evo. We saw these guys play the same pairing actually against Shababa Wings and Atrocity yesterday, and I believe they won that match. So just a very highly buffed board for both players with ace buffs and evolution buffs. Can give them some strong late game unit potential. And there's Lucy picking up the ace as well, just as you predicted.
Yeah, and Drac goes for the cash out, which is one of his staples. More of an early game, obviously, compared to the other masterminds here, but nothing says you can't scale with cash out.
Yeah, for sure. And it does give you that really good early game potential, right? And with all of the other 3 players on pretty greedy masterminds, like 0 income, 3 income for the evolution, the cash out player is very likely to have the best early game start, right? I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. And he's got some good units, you know. Pip is still strong if he wants to go for that, which I imagine he will. Gun with ace, so what are the good ace openers these days?
Whatever Lucy's doing, I guess. Elite Archer.
Yeah.
Gun must be good, right? Like, bit of attack
Yeah,
speed on that
makes
bad
sense.
boy.
Those
I would have thought
190
Priestess of the
unit
Abyss
openers.
must be very good, and Lucy does have that in her opening role, but deciding not to play it here.
It's a little awkward though with her role, right? Doesn't really
Yeah.
have that cheap unit to work with. Like Archer and Elite and Poto work well together, but you can't really get them on the same board. But Archer works really nicely with the Oath, with the Orchid, so it checks out.
Yeah. She probably would have had to stay a little bit lower worker count, right, had she opened with the Priestess, so I guess
Yeah.
Lucy's favouring the higher scaling potential with the Archer.
Yeah. Johnny C goes for a snail and also gets a snail, but I think Drac will be just fine with this Howler. Even though he's not a top 10 player right now, he still knows how to use that Howler.
Well, he doesn't need to rely on the passive ability yet, right? Because he only has one. So
That's fair.
yeah. We might see that come back to bite him after he plays a couple more.
Everyone's 6 workers besides Ashton. Unfortunately, you can't really go 6 workers with 0 income, so. But he'll just be fine. I mean, with the Howler or the Infiltrator, he can easily go 7 after this.
Yeah.
It's really smooth because it protects him on 6. Honestly, he might be weaker on 7 with his units, but we know he has the Badger there as well.
So everybody's just playing pretty income heavy this time around, right? And it's kind of what I was expecting, given the way that Johnny and Ashton played it yesterday, and I guess today at least, Drakir and Lucy are quite happy to go along with the income plan.
Yeah, I do think Drac and Lucy might be also like slightly more income heavy, but I mean sometimes they can definitely bring the business in the early game as well.
Yeah.
Johnny did already Evo 2 of his units, so he picked a role that makes pretty good sense with the evolution at least.
Yeah, I think that's a very common mistake actually with evolution, is that players go for that like late game fantasy of, you know, like Ocean Templar gates and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, if you get there, it's incredible. But usually you want to actually have a mastermind before like wave 16 in the game. So this kind of setup with Whirlybird, with Fire Archer, I think makes evolution a really strong choice actually.
Yeah, and we did see Drac and Lucy save their extra Mythium, but Johnny and Ashton, I mean, Ashton went for a full send, Johnny went for the king up, but
Lucy goes for a bit of a leak, 42%.
yeah, that's the classic Elite Archer.
Yeah, leaking on its best wave with Ace as well, right? Like it has 3 stacks of that Ace buff and it's still leaking on 4.
It's just the support units, right? I mean, if the slime is pretty much dead on that wave, but
That's true.
and just income with the extra Mythium, so and yeah, I mean, really taking advantage of this evolution.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wouldn't mind
I'm
to
taking
see
notes.
an evolved Bone Crusher as well, just for some tank value, because he doesn't really have any tanks at the moment.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he scales his build. Obviously, he has that Brew Pot plus Arc combo that could be strong later, but I mean, he's got to get there with some tanks, like you said.
And someone who is using that Howler passive to its utmost is Ashton Butcher here. Let's see if it's enough to hold against a triple snail while he's 105 under value.
Yeah, a bit of a greedy guy, but looks like he'll be just fine. Had the right read that it's just income into him.
Yeah. And the worker counts are looking pretty solid here all around. We've got 9 workers for both Johnny and Ashton. While Drakea's on the same, Lucy's actually languishing slightly behind on 7. So she's going to need to make something happen here.
But that's the elite archer way. Hopefully after this send she can really get going, because now she'll have archer plus slime siren, which, believe it or not, should be enough on 7, even with elite archer.
Yeah.
So things should be going better, but look at Ashton. I mean, Drac is trying to catch him here with the full send, but he does have that double orchid now. Didn't boost anything, but just really strong units.
Yeah, the rest of his board's really bad though. Does the gun die?
Shot.
Oh no, that's his biggest damage dealer. This should be a decent leak now for Ashton. Yeah.
Yep, that's a shame.
There we go. That's 67% against 5 snails. Drakea's very happy with how that one went.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great call out. And it's classic Ashton to get away with murder and then try and keep murdering people.
Yeah. I mean, he so often gets away with it, right? On the ladder, for sure. In Nova Cup, it's a little bit harder. Again.
But look at Johnny going for a triple brute send into Drac here on that weak wave for Pip. And Drac doesn't really have much for it. It has the cat, but we all know how cat does against brutes, so...
Yeah. This is going to be a triple brute as well, right? Like, Drakea is in a lot of trouble here.
But I think the same can be said for Johnny. I mean, he actually has an Evo Canopy, so that was how he's going to solve his tank value problem. Okay. But he is getting only a double brute. Oh, Drac actually rerolled into the Slime Shrine, so a lot better against those brutes.
What a beast, yeah.
Might not save him, to be fair, but...
Well, Drakea does get the biggest send here with 180. His Pipsqueak is off-tanking quite nicely. Does it ever survive that initial onslaught? It looks like no, the Brute is going to be able to bring it down. Slime Mummy does have full mana, but without that Pipsqueak on the board, he has no way to kill the Brutes. This is going to be a really bad leak for Drakea. Let's just hop over to Johnny C. He leaks as well. Only 37% there for Johnny. Drakea, though, 81%. Yikes.
Yeah. Didn't quite get that brute kill.
Now, Lucy was able to hold her own lane, of course, but can't really kill anything in the mid. Yeah. So, pretty sizable chunk of king damage coming in here against Varnish Kieran.
Yeah, not bad. You could definitely be happy with that.
Lucy's smelling blood. She's going for the resend.
Yeah, could be a good one, but kind of depends on how Johnny plays it and being on value safe with this Halo.
Yep. Johnny smelled it coming. He's playing safe, and he's going to be rewarded. This should be an easy hold. Presumably, Lucy adds a second brute if she gets it. Oh, maybe she doesn't have enough.
Just a lizard.
Yeah. Well, Johnny's easily holding. I can't imagine
that being enough. Yeah. And actually, Drac is also full sending here. Full sending snails, of course, but I mean, Ashton is undervalued, but I think this time his gun should live, barring anything crazy happening.
It's close. That's an ace diff there, for sure. 57 HP. I mean, he has 7 stacks on it, so I don't know what 7 times 40 is, but I think it's more than 57.
Halo 5?
Halo? Johnny C? Going for the lead? That surprises me. I thought that would be not even close.
Yeah, that was the snack, but actually he does have two whirly birds on his board of belly, which
Yeah.
obviously isn't that good. But here comes a much bigger send into Lucy with the mole. Yeah, Lucy does appear to be in a spot of bother.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Drakir and Lucy have been kind of covering each other's weak waves throughout the
Yeah.
game. So, I mean, sure, Lucy's going to leak here, and it probably will be quite bad. But Drakir's going to be absolutely fine, should be able to clean up some in the mid. And meanwhile, they're both going for full sends into their opponents. Now, Johnny C, who did play it very safe last wave, this time around, I
Yeah.
think he's going to be caught quite badly.
Yeah. Wasn't ready for the re-send.
Yeah. The third cope is the deadliest, as a wise man once said.
Yeah. Ashen does have that Howler, or the Sunfang, the upgraded Howler. And Lucy went with a Zerker here, so they didn't really have much to be able to help her here. And
No.
that honestly might be her best damage, so...
Yep,
But yeah, it looks
69%
like double
there for
leaks.
Lucy. But again, Drakir's holding comfortably, and meanwhile, both members of Falcon Links are leaking. Like, they're not huge leaks here for either Johnny
Yeah.
or Ashton, but combined, this spells a decent chunk of king damage.
Yeah, I do think there will be some king damage as well on the other side, but yeah, Drac was able to cover up a couple of those creeps, so...
Yeah. Alright.
And now Johnny going for a full send of his own. Same with Ashen, actually. Or no, Ashen's just joking around. But the double Daphne here is going to be pretty good against this boss here.
Yeah, I think Drakir's going to have a pretty good shot of clearing here. It might have a small leak, but it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
And again, right, Lucy's going to be able to cover.
Yeah, that's definitely been the main thing, is a lot more split sending from Johnny and Ashton, which can be good for kind of getting your economy ahead, but definitely the coordinated sending going to be a lot more important after this wave 10.
Yeah.
But it is a 300 send, so
300
I can't
is
imagine
quite
Drac
a lot
holding.
of Mythium to deal with on wave 10.
Yeah, and he kind of doesn't have the best focus. I mean, he kills two brutes, but I don't know if he'll ever be able to kill the boss.
It's not far off, honestly. The Slime Mummy
Yeah,
gets
I mean,
full
he's doing a
mana.
good job.
I guess the boss is going to get through, or...
Yeah, just barely, but I mean,
That's
for
fine.
being
That's a
minus
300
200,
send, and it's a 37% leak. Drakir's perfectly
Yeah.
happy with that.
now Lucy going for a send of her own. I mean, we did see Johnny get the upgraded arc, but obviously that's not quite as good on 11.
Mm.
And there is overwork and counterattack here, as well as Dark Ritual, which is a great defensive option for Johnny and Ashton should they choose it. But I mean, do they need it is the question. With the big gun, a bunk. I mean, I would probably take it looking at their values, but
Their values are looking quite scary, right?
yeah. And you really don't want this wave to be long, ideally, because you can kind of feel the overwork from the opponents.
Oh, here it comes. These are some pretty chunky sends that they need to cope with here.
Yeah.
Johnny
I mean, maybe
and
they're
Ashton,
thinking
they
of-
are taking the Dark Ritual. Okay, so they do go for the
Yeah.
defensive option.
And full boost is definitely really strong here, but we'll see. Sometimes the Orchid just throws her shurikens at
the
creeps, but
ground,
here just
yeah.
one-shot the pack leader, which is perfect.
That's pretty good value.
And the pack leader in Lucy's lane stayed alive for so long. Oh, Ashton's...
Oh, AFK gun, but he's holding regardless, right? That's an easy hold for Ashton.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Johnny C, he's leaking, not horrendous, 37%.
Yeah. This is a pretty good outcome. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
they took some king damage, but they took the king damage without giving up the gold.
Imagine if
And-
Ashton's gun didn't decide to go AFK in the middle of the fight, right? He'd still have, like,
Yeah.
half his army alive.
Yeah, I mean, his build was just really great for this wave, and
Yeah.
they were saving as well as the important thing. So
yeah,
they
so now they
are
have
going
all of the
to-
aggression. So all of the kind of... The pressure is now going the opposite direction. Drakir and Lucy are under a lot of threat, while Johnny and Ashton can kind of pick and choose when they decide to send.
Yeah, it looks like 14 to me.
14's looking pretty good, yeah. I mean, neither of them are terrible there. We see Slime Mummies, we see Elite Archers, and Daphnes are not
Yeah.
bad. But yeah, I don't
But
really
I do
see
think-
another option.
Yeah, I think Lucy's build is one that looks just weak to big sends.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really got that super power in her build. It's just a bunch of decently units that kind of help each other, but nothing like a true synergy.
I think in both cases, stuff like Giga Mimics and Centaurs are going to have a really good time.
For sure. And they go for income here, which probably means that's the end.
Yeah.
Unless they leak horrendously to this income send, which I can't imagine.
Well, receiving the income send here just means that Johnny and Ashton can effectively full push, right? Because they're not under any threat whatsoever on 14. So they can just spend all of their gold on workers and go for, like a 700 send on 14. Where Drakir and Lucy will just be holding, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, will either player leak to the income? Let's see.
Gun looks like it's alive, so I can't imagine the income would take him out.
They would have been pretty fine with a longer wave, though, to be honest. Maybe one of them should have pushed a couple to no send. There's the Giga Mimic. There's the Centaur.
Which makes sense. I mean, we saw a Azura come out and a Lumerian already on the board, so
yeah,
definitely a weak wave. It will be only like 200 under or so, but these sends are pretty huge.
I do like the Samurai Soul here, though, for Lucy. That should be tanking the Giga Mimic for quite a while.
Yeah, she does have a lot of fortified value, so if she can keep that off of her big, Swift Arcanians, that'll be huge.
Definitely good presence of mind there from Lucy. Like, she knows that she's receiving either Mimics or Centaurs or both, and she just builds strictly against the send and not trying to build for the wave.
Yeah, and same with Drek going for the Hearted Mudman in the split. But don't know if it'll be quite enough.
Yeah, that Mudman goes down very quickly, and in fact the Centaur straight onto Drakir's squishy backline. That's all of his damage gone. Every single Daphne just disappears from his lane. Centaur now chewing away on those slime mummies. This is going to be a decent-sized leak here from Drakir.
Yeah.
There we have it, 73%. Lucy, even worse, 89%. Giga Mimic snacking there, 30 gold gathered for Ashton. I don't know if they're going to survive here, Othma.
Yeah. Big Brother and Little Mimic are in that lane. And
that's just too much damage. Yeah. There you go. Othma. 1-0. Balkan Lynx taking the first victory here in the semi-finals.
Yeah, I think... I mean, it just came down to that 11 play. I felt like after 9, after 10, like the game felt pretty even. But maybe like income on 11 instead was the right play, which is, kind of hard to say. But DR is just such a powerful spell, and Overwork isn't really the best 11 offensive spell, right? It's more
it's much better for 12 or something.
12 or like 11 and 12, but this was really all about 11. And I mean, Ashton just did too good of a job, and honestly, Johnny did a really good job as well.
I mean, he barely leaked, right? It was like 30% or something like that for Johnny, and yeah, with Ashton being able to hold and nearly full cover his teammate, it was just kind of disastrous, honestly, for Drakir and Lucy. And then it came down to that kind of panic income send on wave 13, which, if they'd received a send there on 13, it would have been a really good call for them to do that. But it didn't come. Johnny and Ashton held their nerve and closed the game out in style on wave 14. So very nicely played by those two.
Yeah, didn't really make too many mistakes.
We've got quite a lot of Ashton fans in the Twitch chat, it seems. So they're calling him the Bulgarian Mozart? The Mozart of Legion? I'm not sure where this one comes from, but I'm here for it.
I'm hearing his music.
Alright. Let's see if Ashton can conduct his way to another victory then, as we go into game number 2. This would be pretty exciting if they were able to just sweep the board here with Drakir and Lucy. But surely our several-time champions are going to be able to tie up the series. What do you think?
Surely. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see a game 3, and I don't think the game was particularly far from losing. Like, they were maybe a bit behind in the early game, but I mean, to make it into an equal game after 10 and then, yeah, I mean, they just made a bad call, right?
It happens. It happens. Like, it's a lot easier to make these kind of calls either in hindsight or when you have caster vision and you can see
Yeah.
everybody's builds and workers and everything. But yeah, it's much more difficult to make those calls on the fly. Anyway, guys, game number 2 is here. It is a 1-0 lead for Vulcan Lynx. So Barnes Kieran, they need to win here to stay in the tournament. Game 2, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, no Evo, no Ace. So, and Lucy said no more Ace for her as well. Opts in for the Chaos, which has really become a Lucy staple. So, see what Ashton and Johnny go for. Is it something standard or maybe something like the Saboteur? Yeah, Saboteur Kingsguard. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, your king's going to be really strong, but only one of you can upgrade it.
I think actually we saw XGod and Ashton play this, and XGod's strategy was he literally king upped for the first like 5 waves, and that's all he did.
Oh, so like not even a snail?
Well, no, I think he literally just income kinged every single wave.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
Looking like he was like selling his team out as hard as possible, but
Yeah.
Afterwards he was like, yeah, I mean, it seems okay. Like, I'll just do all the king ups early.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. And then for Ashton, of course, it makes sense to just be playing a very high economy mastermind with
Yeah.
the 6 income of the Saboteur, and I think, what is it, like 4 bonus gold as well?
And he's got an insane role right now. Pretty strong early game with the Archer and the Poly and the Gate Guard, and then obviously he has the insane synergy later. And Lucy having to go with a Zora opener, so not everyone's favorite.
I'm not too happy about either Lucy or Johnny's roles, to be honest. I think we'll have to see what they do with them, but I'm not calling them out just yet. But not ideal.
Yeah, the reroll button can save Johnny for sure, but right now it's solid early game role, but just doesn't really have much going after wave 10 or so, or 13. Well, he'll be strong, but you don't really see a good synergy and way for him to scale, but maybe he doesn't need it, right? Ashton's got Flying Force with Sov. And, Drac has Disciple Boar to scale into, and he is playing Shepherd, which is, his invention, right? So he should be quite well versed in it. And yeah, Johnny goes for the king up already, so sticking to the plan.
Alright. Yep. So Ashton's clearly passed on the message there from his old-time strategy with XGod, and let's see if they're able to secure a win with it in the same fashion.
Yeah. Ashton doubting Drakir's Shepherd positioning, but it holds.
I mean, wouldn't that have leaked Fall if he'd added a snail? It was pretty close to no.
Yeah, it was pretty close. But he switches it up now.
Moving things around, adding a couple of protons.
Will this be a king up from Johnny or not? The tricky thing is when you start income kinging a lot, your opponent gets the free push. And Drac actually full sent the 60 here with the DT into the split to, get onto that Devilfish or Seraphim.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if this leaks. I think once upon a time it did for sure.
So the DT completely deletes all of the damage from the Seraphim effectively, but the Elite Archer's no slouch, so it is able to easily clean up the left side. There's a small leak there, 39. Still pretty good, honestly, with Drakir having had 7 workers this whole time.
Yeah. I think it's one of those situations where Drac and Ashton are probably okay with that, right?
Yeah.
Drac is like, I gotta check his greed, and Ashton's like, well, I didn't really get punished.
Oh, and talking about greed, Ashton's all the way up on 8.
He knows he couldn't have gotten a DT in income, so I imagine that's why he feels safe.
Ooh,
Drac is thinking about a second flower.
Okay. I mean, he's gonna hold really easily here on 4 and 5, but 2 flowers is a pretty bad board for wave 6, 7, 8, 10.
Yeah, I don't know if he had the wrong read on how much he could get sent here. The max was Robo Snail, right? So probably would have been okay with an upgraded Atom or something.
It was pretty close to Johnny being able to do like a post-income hermit, I think. So maybe he was just super scared of
Yeah.
leaking full.
That would be pretty rude. And Lucy does also get caught by this income a little bit, but
Yeah.
trying to do something with her Mythium instead.
Lucy getting
with
caught
the
is
imps.
actually really beneficial for Barnos
Yeah.
Kieran because the pro leak into this mega send here on wave
Yeah.
5. We've got imps going into Johnny. We've got Brute Robo going into Drakea.
Yeah, I mean, this is the classic. If you go 7 workers with Nightmare and your opponent can get to 100, you're probably just leaking.
Yeah.
And
Luckily for
this,
Johnny,
like,
though, he's got some really solid
Yeah.
units to back him up here on wave 5. Seraphine is phenomenal. Boosted Infiltrator is a ton of damage against the boss.
Yeah, I mean, the boss is dead for sure. And Ashton actually added a full send with that snail. I mean, I also wouldn't really trust Daphne plus Yuzora, so makes some sense.
Oh, Johnny is leaking, so is Ashton, so we
Yeah.
will have some decent damage here. Johnny's done very well
imps
there,
and
though.
Brute.
31% against the 120 send. He's happy with that.
Yeah, but the thing about the imps is it isn't necessarily just about the gold, right? The lead percentage is about 2 imps hitting the king on wave 5, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
an insane amount of gold from the king damage. I mean, wow.
That's crazy. This is a Kingsguard
That's
king, and like,
yeah.
sure, they have 4 king upgrades. It's not nothing. And that's nearly half of their HP gone.
Drac pretty much full covers. Blizzard got in a lick, but I mean, I think things are looking good, but it's gonna come down to, is like something bad gonna happen on wave 8 in this build? Because
It certainly looks like it could, right? I mean, we can see that Drakea has the Disciple available, so he's not completely powerless on wave 8.
Yeah.
But like every unit on his board currently is kind of terrible there.
Yeah, I mean, he might be able to get this for 7 and feel good, and then get the Disciple for 8, but that's more of like a, oh, I can hold like a smaller send, but if this is going to be a straight 8 situation, could be tricky, but straight 8 might be tough for Johnny, honestly. Like, his units are not that good on wave 7, and that is
They
where
are full sending here as well.
So do we see a income match, a full send match? Yeah, it's a full send match. Or Johnny changed his mind.
Johnny just going for the income. Ashton does full send.
I like imps. Imps make a lot of sense against Yuzora in general, right? Because people like, oh, you know, Swift is about the same as kind of like your fake arcane tank, right? So,
yeah.
But a lot weaker against those imps.
Lucy skillfully rolling the gun with her chaos should do pretty well, honestly.
Yeah, gun, dash damage. She has a lot of damage, just not that much tank value, right? It's pretty much just the arc. I mean, I guess you could say the
gun is
Daphne
off
and
tanking
gun
really
as well.
nicely, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Drac is gonna hold for sure, and Ashen's Archer is alive.
That's pretty nice split tanking as well, honestly, for Ashton. Is he just holding? Like, the Harbinger's going really nuts here.
And Johnny is doing insanely well as well. So it's one more summon from
One
this.
more summon?
Oh,
wow. That was so close! I think that extra doggo would have at least cleared the slimes.
Yeah, I mean, everyone putting on a pretty good performance here with the holds, but still Drac and Lucy coming out on top with some more king damage.
Oh, they definitely are coming out on top here, like...
And Lucy... There's a pattern in her gameplay on these waves 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
Let's see if Johnny catches on.
I mean, last game he was prepared for the 8 and then tripped up on wave 9.
Yeah. This wave, he seems kind of... I mean, it looks like he's ready for it. I just don't know if he's ready for it.
You know? Yeah.
Ashton went for a save again. Actually, this is almost a complete mirror of what happened.
It's the identical send, right? The brute lizard into Johnny.
See if he learned from his last escapade, but gets the warp wing out. I mean, it's not really taking that much, but he is focusing that brute pretty fast here.
One of Ashton's archers goes down.
The Badger is just full AFK, not taking for his Nightmare or his Infiltrator.
Yeah, that's kind of rough.
But maybe it's enough value?
Ain't no way, right? That's going to be a small leak on both, you think?
Yeah.
45 for Johnny, 5%
Got
for
him.
Ashton. And again, these leaks are small, Offma, but it's just death by 1,000 cuts at this
Yeah.
point. Bulk and Lynx, they can't afford to keep dropping King HP wave after wave after wave.
The good thing is if they do make it to 11, they have no offensive spells to worry about. The bad thing is they got to make it there.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucy ready for this mole brute. I mean, unfortunately, the game, she has 1 fortified tank now, which is an improvement of the last time.
This
And the
unit can be
firework,
really nasty
yeah.
on wave 9, though.
Yeah, it's so tanky, and against it might be one of the only units that can actually just kill a mole on wave 9,
Mm-hmm.
or in general. So
In general, yeah, that bad boy is a menace.
yeah, single target magic damage, hard to come by. We'll see how it goes. I mean, Firelord looks like it's tanking fine. Obviously has a brood on it, which isn't ideal, but
Yeah, but that's the last unit now. The Brute goes down pretty quickly. The Firelord has certainly done its job. It does still look like a bit of a leak here from Lucy.
Yeah.
I guess despite the quality Firelord positioning, the rest of her board is just so bad on 9 that it kind of doesn't matter.
But, I mean, Drac, I mean, with this role and this kind of eco advantage, I can't really see him having trouble.
I mean, Drakeer's on 19 workers here. Like,
Yeah,
we talked about an
19
Ashton
workers.
problem before we got into the game. It looks like a Drakeer problem to me.
Yeah, and with Disciple Boar, he has Flowers and Pyros. There's not a real weak wave.
Yeah. Alright.
Just a lot of income here. I mean, it makes sense from Drac's perspective, makes sense from Ashton's perspective. They really need a scale, but looks to me like Johnny might be the odd man out. Like, his build doesn't really scale, right?
Yeah,
He's
his
got
build is kind of
15.
worrisome for sure. Like, Lucy's playing Chaos, so she just finds the perfect units every wave. Drakeer definitely has late game potential, so does Ashton.
Yeah, I think Johnny's last good wave is wave 15 or so, maybe? Like, that's where he actually has magic damage and
Kind
good
of
tanks.
peaks, and then, yeah. The reroll has
I mean,
been
he has
used
a
as
wave.
well for Johnny, so he won't be able to find anything else.
Yeah, I mean, he has a wave 20 in him, maybe? Lucy
yeah, he
actually
could
going
do
for
well
a
on
small
the
leak here.
Just against the snails, yep.
Kind of
Just
surprised though.
very low value, though.
Yeah. But just income here. But actually, Drac and Lucy go for a save here, which is a little crazy, honestly. But
But they're only receiving
They-
income, so they're pretty massively rewarded, honestly. Like, if Johnny and Ashton had decided to go for something a bit cheeky here, they may have got
Yeah.
some serious damage in.
what is Lucy's plan here from the Legion spell? Okay, that makes the most sense. But is she going to use it on her gun this wave because she's scared, or is she going to just save it and try and greed out a Phoenix?
The other
Loan
thing that's
from
worth
Drac.
pointing out is that Johnny kind of feels forced to spend so much of his Mythium on those king upgrades because, of course, Ashton's
Yeah.
on the Shabbater, which is fine, but it really relieves any kind of pressure on Drakeer, and he's already having a fantastic game. So do you
Yeah.
really just want to give him, like, free reign?
Minus 400 here. Does appear Lucy may be going for a bit of a leak. I mean, these leaks do add up. It's just income.
Yeah, I mean, it's still gold, right? And I think Ashton's happy for any amount of gold that he can get at this point. So, having said that, though, here comes the counterattack from Drakeer and Lucy. These are some big sends here on 12.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking to Ashton to try and hold this with... Johnny's really not got a great 12 build.
He
Does have
should
a
be able to
blessing.
use some passive abilities here, though.
Yeah, that's fair. Ashton, I mean, on value with Vamp 2 Trinity Levi buffed archers? I don't
Yeah.
know.
A lot of his other stuff is kind of bad, though. I suppose at least these can be tank
Yeah.
value on 12, and he's certainly not lacking damage with that Trinity Leviathan combo.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I don't think this Sovereign's going to last very long, though.
Probably not. but honestly, lasting pretty
Wait a
long.
second, it's still alive? Okay,
Yeah,
he just had so much damage on that left side that everything over there
yeah.
got nuked.
Kind of looks like
It's
an
an
easy hold
easy
to me.
hold for Ashton. Lucy leaks to the income send, meanwhile.
It's an easy hold for Johnny as well, it seems.
Wow, yeah, that Divine Blessing coming in super clutch there.
That's
Okay.
not good.
I think it's fair to say that this play kind of backfired for Barnes Kieran, right?
Yeah,
Like, both Johnny and Ashton held their full sends, while Lucy actually leaks to the income.
yeah,
I mean, Johnny and Ashton, they were kind of in need of a miracle, but I think this counts.
yeah. And I think this is good in terms of the game state because, I mean, even if Johnny, I was saying that his role ends on 15, but we haven't even got there yet, and he can always suicide push into track later.
Yeah,
Who's
right.
the only threat right now.
Yeah. The other
But
thing
track
is
is
that
on 30 workers.
we kind of talked about Johnny giving up any kind of pressure on Drakir, which is true, and Drakir is like flying in the game state right now. But at the same time, now Balkan Lynx have a pretty healthy looking king, honestly.
Yeah. And that Kingsguard does make those one-shots way harder. Lucy's saving grace is that she does have a Divine Phoenix.
Yeah, that thing's pretty nice. So she didn't use it there on 12, obviously, where she leaked to the income.
Yeah. But even now, the Valley's looking not that good for Drek. Like, it kind of looks like he needs to income next wave, and for Lucy, for sure, the same.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe Drek is comfortable just incoming and trying to scale harder.
I mean, he has a lot of workers, right? So income king play for Barnes Kieran is looking pretty good in my book.
Yeah, and he has a pretty insane build for most of the waves he needs to worry about 18 a bit. Doesn't really have the tanks for there.
Mm-hmm. It can be quite hard to kill sovereigns on 18 though.
Sorry, I was talking about Drakir's tank value.
Okay.
I agree. I think Ashen actually may do fine.
Well, here
Considering how
comes
tanky
the
this
send,
Sovereign
and
was.
it is a full send from all 4 players, actually.
Yeah.
There's no income here.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the values, that checks out.
Yeah. I think Johnny's got a pretty good chance of just straight up holding, though. 2 fully boosted Orchids, 2 Iron Scales, and of course, the Divine Blessing Arc of Justice. I think Johnny's looking pretty solid here on 15.
And getting the smallest send. While being on the highest value.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Johnny just straight up holds here. I mean, Ashton's not terrible, honestly. That's a lot of damage with the, what is that, 4 Trinity Archers, all of them Leviathan buff?
Yeah. And he does have, technically the Vamp Archers is like, it's an arcane take of sorts.
Yeah, true. Gives them a bit of staying power when they finally start taking damage. They've currently melted the entire left side of the wave, but they are not going to be able to kill the boss at all.
But,
they've killed everything else, though. Like, literally everything else is gone.
That wave 15 was Johnny's wave, so...
Johnny is holding. Drakir and Lucy, they both leak, meanwhile. Johnny will lose his Divine Blessing here. There's no way that can survive the boss from Ashton's lane, but they're taking very little damage, and meanwhile, Barnes Kieran, I think again, Offma, they've lost this trade here on 15. They lose way more King HP than their opponents. They have no regen. So in 1 or 2 waves' time, I think Balkan Lynx are going to be ahead in King HP for the first time this game.
Yeah, now you have a pretty simple plan, which is just Ashton doesn't push and Johnny pushes a bit more. But the thing they need to watch out for is a 17 play, which I think they are respecting. Like, Ashton hasn't pushed at all. So I think this is probably correct that Drak has to push really hard here.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine Johnny is leaking 17, even if he tries his hardest.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think this is actually quite correct. Obviously, you don't want to go 17. into the boars, and Drax's only hope is to make 17 happen.
The question now
So,
is whether they
see.
read it correctly, right? Like they see Lucy
Yeah.
minus 700 value here. Do they believe that this is a full push play for Wave 17? Or do they think it's bait? Because they're kind of baiting themselves. Both Johnny and Ashton shifted a decent chunk of gold here.
Yeah. It is a very slow clear.
Ooh. If Johnny leaks,
Okay,
then
yeah,
surely
if Johnny
there's
leaks,
no
they
way
have to
they
go.
save, right?
It does feel that way.
That's really
Yeah,
bad,
there you go,
actually.
there you go.
Johnny leaking here is not ideal
It's
at
reverse good, unfortunately.
all. Mm-hmm.
Some might even say that's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Ashton's
to be
really
fair,
strong this wave, though. I mean, like, Drakir
Yeah.
has suicide pushed. The flip side of that, of course, is that there's no chance in hell that Drakir's going to hold here either.
Yeah, no one is living.
I think this race is just going to be won by Ashton, honestly. He looks so
Yeah.
strong on this wave 17. Like, even Leviathans, which used to have a weakness on 17, are now just Biss here, right?
Yeah, generally the person with the most value usually wins these races. So
Yeah.
even against more Mythium, value tends to be stronger. And the double honey bear is great against the boar.
Yeah, kind of completely deleting all of that charge damage.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
Drakir's
look at
front
this
line
Phoenix,
is
though.
gone. Lucy, of course, getting
Right.
completely run over, meanwhile in lane 4. Ashton, though,
Ashton, he is doing good enough.
he's doing...
Yeah, looks like they're
he's
fine.
very close to holding, actually, for Ashton. But yeah,
Yeah.
more to the point, he holds on long enough. Barnish Kieran will be dead here, and Offmer. That means they're out of the tournament. So this has
Yeah,
been pretty
honestly-
rapid fashion here. 2-0 for Balkan Lynx.
Yeah, maybe Johnny saved them with that pro leak.
Yeah, okay.
They were gonna skip. If they were gonna skip, they might have actually died.
Yeah. Imagine the washed-up caster saying that that pro league was bad for them. It was, in fact,
Of course.
the best thing they could do to just straight up win the game here on wave 17. Honestly, I still think it would have been better for him not to leak there because they had way less workers than their opponents, right?
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, I
He didn't
think
have to, for sure.
wow, what a game. I think Drakir and Lucy, they certainly had a shot at this one. They were ahead at different points in the game, but ultimately slipped out of their control. And then with the pro leak there from 16 on Johnny, that kind of sealed their fate. They were forced into sending, and Drakir and Lucy ultimately lost the race. But
Yeah, I think
I wonder actually, just if Johnny hadn't leaked those couple of creeps, would they have saved on 17 and then
Yeah.
just lost the race?
Maybe. I think honestly the same thing happened in both games where it was up to Johnny and Ashton to come up with big holds in the mid game, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they won both games, right? Holding 11, holding 12 in the second game.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Wow.
does look like the other semis is still going on, so maybe a game 3 from them.
We can hop into that one then. So that's currently at 1-1. It's do we know what's? It's Fine and Pakistan, and they're playing against Kingdans and Isolde. So let's hop into that with a quick spectate Fine and see
Yeah.
what's going on there. We should be able to get most of this game on the cast. Actually, they're currently on wave 5 or 6.
Yeah. Wave 6 is just starting. Fine and Pakistan have saved up 120 bricks, and it looks like King and Isolde are receiving some amount of bricks very soon.
Oh, yep, they
Probably
certainly are saving
on
their
wave
Mythium.
7. Isolde will be able to get a Kingpin out if he feels like he has to, but we all know how that guy does against...
Oh, they're just going
well,
for income. So they saved all
Yeah,
of those
she-
bricks for naught.
Yeah, they felt like all they could get was Econ. Also, King full shifted on 6, like an absolute Chad, and got a double out on 7. Which is just crazy, but if you look at his role, he quite literally probably couldn't have built anything else.
I'm a big fan of this lane skin, by the way, for Fine.
Yeah, it's solid. It reminds me of you.
Thank you. I'll take that. Because I'm green, right?
Yeah. But yeah, just Dinkum here. I mean, they have built a small economic advantage, obviously, but I mean, King will kind of shoot to the moon, right? With this Doppel out.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Like
pretty
a
much doesn't need to
lifesteal
build.
Doppel on wave 7 is kind of crazy. How did he navigate those first 6 waves to a position where he has Doppel Butcher on wave 7?
I mean, he must have took a huge gamble on 6, right? Like, he doesn't have a shifting unit. He probably...
Oh,
probably
he
just
has
shifted
re-rolled though, so he may have had like
yeah,
a skeleton
he
or
might have
something
had
that
it, yeah.
that we just don't see anymore.
So he's on 11 workers now. Things are looking good. So they with the Kingpin out, also looking solid.
Yeah. So two
And
big power spikes there for King Dans and Isolde with the Doppel and the
Yeah.
Kingpin.
and King has 4 more workers queued. Fine does look like he's saving for something though, right? Saved some
Yeah, but
extra.
when do you leak King Dans? Like wave 11 maybe, the first opportunity? And even there,
Yeah,
he
it
has
kind of
he has Shadow
depends.
Dancer or Lord of Death. Like he's got options.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes with like a normal plan, gets like, I don't know, Antler here, and get the Shadow Dancer on 11, and then he just has a full DK on 11? Like, I'm not sure what the plan is. Yeah, Antler here. I mean, you're not going to send 10 into him.
Yeah.
And
maybe they just go income eventually.
yeah,
Like...
has to be. I mean, Fine's value is low with the hunts, presumably. Actually, no, his value is just low, right?
Fine's value is just low, yeah. And not looking phenomenal on wave 10, honestly, either
Yeah.
Pakistan or Fine. So I mean, sure, King Dans and Isolde don't really have massive Mythium stockpiled either. But
Yeah.
they may still just feel pressured.
Yeah, I will say the one thing about the lane skins is it made it very hard for me to see some of his units because they were similarly colored. But, I mean, that's pretty nice.
And actually, they are going for the full send. So we see the pack leader,
Yeah,
the safety mold
like
shift
that.
click there.
If you see people minus 150 on wave 9
Yeah.
without the hunt,
It feels
You
like
might
it's
send something's
a good
amiss.
time to send, for sure.
yeah, even just the mole. I mean, this is not going to save you against the mole.
This thing's pretty good though, the Avenger, but looking at Fine's value, he needs more than just good here.
Yeah, you might need the Super Avengers. And pretty good utilization of their power spikes, right?
Yeah.
They just have better 10 units, and they play for it.
And they're forcing the income out of Fine and Pakistan, and
Yeah.
obviously what that does is it means that King Dans is just not under any pressure on any wave, really. Like, his next weakness is, what, 15, I suppose?
Technically 13, like, he's not the greatest, but he'll have both, right? And that's a pretty scary double, so 15 is where you're looking, and then he might have a Hades.
And meanwhile, it's not just about the pressure, they're actually getting some king damage in here. This is first blood! So it seems we didn't miss too much in those first 5 waves, Offmer, because actually neither side has taken any king damage until now, and it's going the way of the Ashton fans.
Yeah, they saved the good stuff for us.
So down at 70% now, Team Spont. What are they going to do to come back into this one? Fine looks really starved, actually.
Yeah. He has good income, but and he has obviously the ace scaling, but
yeah, just really sus value.
Just a Kingpin power spike, right? It's a classic. You save into Kingpin and don't get anything from it, so they just completely skyrocket.
And now King Dans has the Pulverize as well for his doppelganger, so that thing gets even more scary.
Yeah.
Oh, Isolde actually taking the giant snails, going for a full resend here on wave 11.
Cheeky,
this could get some work done.
Yeah, I like it a lot, actually. If he just didn't feel... I mean, Pulv would have made perfect sense for him, but I think he just saw something in the water.
Imagine if Fine had like hunted 1 or 2 of his rats as well, just disaster territory.
He would be going home, and even like this, he probably is.
Yeah.
unless this Nucleus completely takes over.
I think his Slime Army just barely missed full
Oh, wait.
mana as well. Oh, and Stanley Leak's half the way to 2 Dragon Turtles, 67% for fine. Team Spont, I think this got to be said, it's an unforced error here. Just not playing
Yeah.
safe enough for the resend on wave 11.
Yeah, Little Bro smelled something, but he actually smelled it in both lanes. He just
Yeah,
didn't know.
right. They would have just won. If King Dans had taken
Yeah.
one of the aggressive spells, they would have just
Oh,
won
they're gonna go
here.
again.
They may
think
still
it's
just
gonna
win
work.
here instead, though, Offmer.
Well, hopefully Stanley's got this
Yeah,
against
with-
the teeny tiny Sen, but
Champion
it's not gonna be
Azeria
good for Fine.
should be good enough here.
I mean, to put it this way, he's 20 workers getting to income send every wave while breaking his opponent.
Yeah.
So things are looking good.
I mean, Fine's build doesn't look any better on 12 than it did on 11, right? This
Yeah.
should still be a bit of a leap.
And the Sen got bigger, so
Yeah.
the Azeria champ is tanking pretty nicely. Should be able to survive that left side, so
Yeah, well, that's
probably
important,
hold.
because if Stanley leaks here as well, they're just dead, so... But yeah, Fine. I mean, this isn't even a small leak here. 62% there for Fine, and like you say, it's practically a full income send there from Isolde.
And the thing we didn't even mention is their Kingsguard. So
Yeah, how
are
do
you
you
gonna
win?
one-shot them?
Oh,
I mean,
Stanley-
13 makes some sense here, right? It is probably a weakness.
Stanley nearly full covered.
Almost
That's
full
pretty
covered.
clutch.
Yeah. But the price of full covering is not having a big send.
Yeah.
But I mean, Little Bro is pretty low value here.
He is, and King Dans isn't looking. Well, actually, no, he's pretty solid here with the pulverized doppel with some decent tank value in front of it.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
he's gonna do okay.
this unit is like sneaky tanky on this wave,
Yeah,
especially against the Four Eyes, which is great against the doppel. But if this
It's
guy gets to
really
summon a
bad
bunch,
against DKs. Yeah,
yeah,
you just end up
And
with
I
the
don't
Four
even-
Eyes like constantly attacking clones and never really doing any damage.
yeah, he even has the nice split here. Maybe I doubt it, but you know, a man can dream that you would snipe a Four Eye off of that.
Well, it certainly wastes some time for the wave, right? It's a nice little kite.
Think this Proto doesn't look like it tanked enough, so probably
Yeah.
a decent
Pretty
leak
bad
here.
leak
But
actually for a solo. 70%,
Yeah.
75 gold shutdown. But really, that just shows how far ahead they really are. King Dans, though, this is a clutch hold, and it's not even
Yeah,
close.
I
Like,
think-
this is an easy hold for the King.
his DK is full HP and his Doppel is full HP. Unfortunately, his DK decided it doesn't want to be full HP anymore, and
Yeah.
he's gonna just tank the Gigameg forever.
The Doppel has got this easily. The DK doesn't even go down
Yeah.
because the DK starts
Wow.
to... The Doppel starts to stunlock the Mimic. I think that just spells doom for
Yeah.
Team Spont. There's almost no way they can come back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, usually the conditions are like you have something to play for, someone to play for, or their rules suck.
Yeah.
But like you're checking none of the boxes here. Or maybe they're low on King HP somehow, but they're full HP with Kingsguard and King Ups. So
Yeah. And they have the pressure advantage, and they have the better rolls, and yeah, it's just...
yeah,
It's not looking great. I wonder when King Dans and Isolde want to try and close this one out then. I could see 16 potentially, maybe 17.
yeah. They could
Oh.
probably just
Wait. Now I've seen Fine's value. I could see 15, I could see...
I think for Fine's lane, you could probably just check all of the next coming waves. Like, he doesn't
Yeah.
really have a way back, but
And they do send actually. So King Dans
Yeah,
and
I
Isolde deciding not to risk it basically when they see Fine minus 600 value. Oh, is Isolde
this
leaking
long
to no
wave.
send?
that is a bit of a shutdown donation if he does.
Yeah.
But
75 gold for fun.
oops.
I
a
don't
nice
think
long
it's going to
wave.
make a difference though.
I'll forgive him.
They all. It's not just value. Like, how did the game slip so badly out of control here for Team Spont? Like, they have half the workers of their opponents.
Yeah.
And worse value. Like, what is this?
I think that might be the... Sometimes that save into income strategy can be good, but there are definitely certain things that happened in this game that made it really bad.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't get any eco advantage out of it because they gave their opponents free power spikes, basically, right? Like, Doppel and Kingpin basically for free.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. That's rough, though. I mean, you can't know what units your opponents have, but... Oh, I guess you could have known about the Kingpin beforehand, but...
Yeah, but you can't know that, like, King Dance, for example, just has the perfect doppelganger setup with tanks and everything. Finally,
yeah, I mean, he is leaking here.
99% there. Yeah, both Isolde and King Dance are leaking, but it just doesn't matter because they have the King HP. They can afford to leak, but Team Spont cannot. They have 24%. They've both leaked way too much, and they are for certain dead here.
They die before they get any King damage, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
In fact, they do.
So Ashton fans make it through on 100% King HP, and that's 2-1. That is our grand finals decided, Mr. Offmer. It will be, funnily enough, the Ashton fans versus Ashton.
They're going to play against their idol.
Yeah, right. Maybe they'll get starstruck and not be able to perform. So our grand final lineup will be King Dance and Isolde, that is of course the Ashton fans, squaring off against the Balkan Lynx, which is Johnny C and Ashton Butcher. So, I mean, it's fated, right? Surely the Ashton fans were planning this one all along.
The script is here.
But we've had some pretty fun games so far. Is there anything that really stands out to you in the way the players are conducting themselves?
No, I think I'm impressed with Ashton and Johnny so far. They look like they will be hard to leak, which is, believe it or not, probably the most important thing in this game. So it'll be interesting to see what King and Isolde can come up with, because I do think actually, I mean, King is also an extremely hard player to leak most of the time, and Little Bro has got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
He does. Little rat. Okay, well, I think we should give the players and ourselves a quick break. So we will be back here in about 10 minutes time for those grand finals to commence. So everybody at home, make sure you are back here then, because those finals promise to be very exciting indeed. Until then, guys, we will see you in a few. Goodbye.
Hand off me, Jules! hand off me jewels. Hand off me jewels.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You are here for the grand final of this June Nova Cup. It is an absolute clash of titans. We have the Balkan Lynx, that is Johnny C and Ashton Butcher, squaring off against none other than the Ashton fans. This could get confusing, Offma. It is King Dans and Isolde. What do you think about this matchup? Do you have a favourite? Go.
Well, I think this matchup should be pretty interesting. I do think, in general, King and Witter have previously, I feel like their natural inclination usually is to play more income heavy, and that seems fine for Johnny and Ashton. Like, they're probably happy to do that, and they will do that. I think probably, I don't actually know how much more Johnny C and Ashton have played than King and Isolde, but probably a little bit more. So maybe a slight team play advantage, but to be honest, they didn't really need it much in the early game. They kind of just did their own thing, incomed up, and then, mid-game, they just held everything. So I feel like I have to give a small edge to them, but I don't think you can ever count King out. And Little Bro is also a champ in his own right. So it should be a really good match.
Yeah, for sure. If anything, it's probably worth pointing out that Balkan Lynx were a bit more decisive in their semi-final. They knocked out Drakir and Lucy 2-0. You don't really get a stronger performance than that in the Nova Cup. And meanwhile, of course, King Dans and Isolde did win their semi-final, but that was a two games to one. So they did drop a game, which Ashton and Johnny have not done so far. So I think just on the strength of momentum and the performance in the semi-finals, if I had to put money somewhere, it would be on Balkan Lynx. But like you say, it's very close. Anything can happen, and either way, I'm sure it's going to be a really enjoyable series.
Yeah, I think it'll be really, really fun.
Let's see if we can get Mr. Butcher into this lobby and get the show on the road. He likes to make us wait.
He's allowed to show up late. He's the celebrity here.
All right, we have got everybody in the lobby. We should get the show on the road very, very shortly. And I'm excited. Offma, what do you think about this Ace Mastermind? We've seen it quite a lot so far, this Nova.
Yeah, I mean, it looks solid. It's kind of hard for me to feel it, but it looks strong.
Yeah. I mean, the buff is pretty marginal, right? Like, it's 40 HP, it's 1.5% attack speed, so it's not as flashy as something like Champion, for sure, but it adds up really quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, the players are ready, the grand final is here, and speaking of Ace, there's Ashton Butcher with the snap pick. Game 1, let's go!
Yeah, they love this combo, and Johnny has his fair selection of tier 1s again to work with, so into a Flying Force, perhaps. And King won his Chaos, got his favorite little guy, the Dwarf Banker, and Little Bro with the Champ. I gotta say that is one of the least inspiring Champ roles.
Yeah, that's, he doesn't have a single good target for it in his entire role, right? That's crazy.
That is, well,
that's what your reroll is for.
Yeah. Just take all the synergy units and the egg and the reroll.
Yeah. That's a reroll on wave 1 if I ever saw one, honestly, from Isolde.
Yeah. But
he
might try and play the game. Okay, no. That makes more sense.
The thing is, if you find a Nightmare or something, or a Priestess, then you just want to play it straight away with Champion.
Oh god, I think that's his role.
Uh-oh.
Champion Adam will have to do.
Yeah, that's certainly not ideal. I wonder what he got in that reroll then. That would have been interesting to see. How could it possibly be worse than what he already had?
I mean, it could be a Champion Nucleus.
Yeah.
Ashton with a pretty interesting opener. Goes for the Cat Serpent. Not really sure how this works out with Ace, but I mean, those are strong early game units.
The Serpent should be picking up all of the Ace buffs, right? It's definitely the highest damage dealer. So a Deep Coiler by wave 5 with 4 stacks of Ace is going to be an absolute menace.
That could be something. Johnny's staying 5 fortress so he can get out the cat. Goes for the snail into king.
There's the champion on the atom as well. I think Johnny and Ashton are going to be pretty happy when they see this one on the board.
Yeah. And snail's not going to work into king. He'll snack that up. Didn't really hit anything he wanted, so he just left his rat up.
Yeah. And he just rolls into the gargoyle for wave 3 as well, so he can add a couple of those, put his rat back underground. This chaos is kind of playing itself here from King Dance.
He actually goes 6 workers, so it looks like he's going to keep his rat up. But yeah, that guard makes it so he doesn't have to think too hard about what to build. I don't know, maybe Little Bro can cook with like a champion Nucleus with Steeds and Tempest buff.
I'm sure he can, it's just that the champion buff isn't really doing anything on the Nucleus, right? Because it doesn't tank, the attack speed is something, but like it's already innately ramping, so I don't know.
It's a bad beat.
Yeah. He's making the best of a bad situation.
Yeah. Actually, King went for a second packer here, no gargoyle, so
Okay.
I imagine his plans will eventually be like get big banker and hunt all my rats.
Yeah.
When that happens, I'm not sure, but actually here he's going to lose his banker.
Yeah, just barely, but the
snail was just
single
too much.
snail was enough to take him down.
Look at this coiler, my god.
Oh, it's snacking.
But yeah, Johnny also leaking small to that lizard and first blood.
Oh, here comes the first
And-
power send
whoa.
as well. King Dan's with the brute, Solday with the robo. What will Johnny and Ashton do to try and hold on here?
I think they're gonna leak.
Johnny's playing real greedy. Actually, he added a couple more copters.
I mean, talking about greedy, Ashen missing pinging his own lane before it starts.
Yeah. And that cat being on 4 stacks instead of 5 is really painful on wave 4, right?
Yeah, oops.
Uh-oh.
I think he just barely didn't have enough gold for like another coiler or something, which would have probably been better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, oops, sorry. Even this Whirlybird is going down to tanked as well as it could have.
Oh, that's a bad leak. 56% for Johnny. King Dance does leak to the income meanwhile,
mean,
and the Solday, actually. Well, that really helps. The fact that King and the Solday both leak decent amounts to income sends takes a lot of
Yeah.
sting out of this. But Brute and Robo reaching the King means it's going to be a lot more King damage going the way of the Ashton fans.
Yeah, one team has a little more income, one team has a little more gold from the king damage.
Yeah.
I would probably rather have the king damage here, I'm gonna be honest, but it's something. And now king, actually holding would have been really nice, but because like he could have just got the banker, but now he has to figure something out.
That's actually crazy how much of a King damage difference it makes, right? Because the leak percentages were more or less the same on both sides, but the Brute and the Robo being included in that percentage is an extra 30% King damage for Vulcan Links.
Okay. He was slow to hunt his rat. I really thought he was going to keep that. But yeah, it looks fine for him. I mean, not ideal. He couldn't really push.
Yeah, he didn't push, but Johnny and Ashton did. 9 workers over there.
Yeah.
Very income heavy game so far. We've only seen a couple of power sends so far. Mostly it's just income sends going either way. And there is that deep coiler Offmer. It has already 4 stacks of ace. 1 stack actually went onto the Nekomata at some point then.
Yeah, maybe wave 4? No. Well, maybe. He did get the 4 stacks there, right? So it was actually
It
quite
could have been
beefy.
5, honestly.
Yeah, it could have been 5 as well, yeah.
The deep coiler's going to be snacking those ace stacks now though, for sure. That's going to be by far his highest damage unit for Ashton.
Little Bro's champion Atom has gone down.
Oh, you can't be losing your champion Atom, little bro, come on.
Does look like he will do
He's
a
going to
small
pay the
leak here.
price for that, right? Like, he needed that Atom to stay alive.
Yeah.
That's a leak on value as well.
Not ideal, not ideal.
And what's really not ideal is that Kingdowns is all the way down on 7 workers meanwhile, so these long waves really not doing any favours for his teammate.
Yeah. But he is getting brooded on his strong wave here with the tantrum.
With the tantrum, that's a decision from Johnny.
His units aren't great. Like, he is going double hunt here and going big banker, so...
His value is really high, though. With a Tantrum Hellraiser, like... I don't know. I think you can afford some bad units on the board.
Perhaps. It's not even double brute as well. And Power Merc then into Little Bro as well with the Robo added. Protects his Atom this time, so hopefully no surprises there.
Well, the tank wave has crumbled, but now there's a very nice split tank going on between this big banker and the red mask.
But...
banker goes down.
not enough, right?
Yeah, he actually leaks.
Ooh, got him.
45% there for Kingdowns. Lil Bro is
But-
holding, and I think should be able to cover a bit in the mid as well.
Absolute beast unit.
Atom going crazy. How did we ever doubt the champion Atom?
And Double Mole is coming in here, but...
Yeah, this is a deep coiler with 6 stacks of ace. I mean, sure, the mole is going to reduce its DPS by a decent chunk, but that thing is just going to chomp, I think.
yeah, and Johnny did get out the Mole Slayer.
Ashton could, if he wanted, drop the Berserker here. Oh, he's going for a Catapult.
Catapult. Oh,
That-
okay, I mean...
That may be
I
the
think
worst
I'll
thing
roll.
he could do for a Wave 8 cent, though.
Yeah.
He's building for Wave 9, right? Which makes sense, but he could get quite
Yeah.
punished for that here.
I mean, it is kind of his best way to one-shot this mole, and it is
Yeah, it does
doing
go
that,
down.
so... That's something, but
It's not
now
tanking for his deep
the
coiler,
coiler... Yeah, well... It did sell the deep boiler a little bit at the end.
Yeah. That's kind of
And
what I
how
mean when it's
is Johnny doing? Looks like a pretty big leak. Managed to kill the mole, but
50% for Ashton, 50% for Johnny, matching sends, matching leaks, Team Balkan Lynx. They're going to drop quite low here, Offmer.
yeah, it's a lot of Cobras. And again, I mean, trading their health for slight economic advantage.
All the way down to 26%. Johnny and Ashton can't afford another slip up now.
Yeah, they
Millennium
do go
here.
for the save now.
Millennium looking pretty good there for a Solday.
Yeah, would have been nice if you could transfer that champ buff.
Yeah.
He is short on tank value, though. I will say that. Like, he's probably got to start getting some Royal Guards in.
Wait, when did he finish re-rolling? Didn't he press that button on wave 1? Have I just not seen the Millennium this whole time?
He might have done actions while his role was still in selection, and he swapped like the Mudmen for the Millennium to give him
Yeah.
some more late game.
Okay, that makes sense.
Who needs a Millennium though? He's got a champion Nucleus with Magician, Steeds, and Tempest.
It's a beast. Yeah, why would you waste any gold on the Millennium, actually?
So
Johnny's
going
making
over
much
value here.
less use of his evolution than we saw in that semi-final, I think it's fair to say. Like, this is the second
Yeah.
unit he's evolved in the entire game.
Yeah, he's only went 1 tier 1 this time, so it makes sense.
Yeah. That might be a big part of why his game has been so rough so far, though. Like, in the semi-final, we
Yeah.
saw him evolving like half of his board in the early game, and he was just an absolute monster because of it.
Yeah, for sure. I think, well, I would say his holds have definitely been worse, but he's actually highest income, so he's found a way. Just,
Look at how fast this deep coiler attacks in Ashton's lane.
Yeah.
That thing is
it's crazy.
scary. Oh, and a leak to a dragon turtle there for Johnny
got
C.
this guy.
A Solday leaks too,
Actually-
but he received slightly more than a single turtle.
Yeah. Ashton snuck in a brute there at the end.
Little rascal.
And Little Bro went for one last income there,
Mhm.
so he can get out the Nucleus. King has definitely has one of the builds of all time.
Yeah, he does.
Ashen with the Divine Blessing, he rerolled into DK and Phoenix. Not sure which one he'll choose to go for.
Both, it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the catapult in that role as well, though. Like, it seems to
Well,
me
a
that
little bit of
Ashton
everything.
has a lot of units that need other units to tank for them, and not really anything to do the tanking.
Yeah, we'll see how he gets his build up. Divine Blessing for everyone. I mean, makes sense. It's just the strongest spell.
Yeah.
Can't believe he didn't Divine Blessing his champion Nucleus, though.
That definitely seems like a missed opportunity there for Isolde.
But is it egg time?
The problem for Ashton is that this thing is so juiced, it's going to be really hard for him to start getting A stacks
He's
on the
stealing.
Dread Knight.
It's hungry.
He's suffering from success, Othma.
Yeah. Divine Halo. We saw just how strong that was from Johnny's lane. Johnny actually rerolled into the Avenger to give him even more juice.
Oh, nice, yeah. Johnny's got really good late game, actually. Really
Yeah.
good.
It's probably Little Bro who I'm worried about the most in terms of the late game. But here we go. Drops an egg here.
Yeah, that's going to help his late game.
Kind of daring them to send here into his Divine Millennium.
There's
and
just
maybe
no way, right? They never go 13 here, I think. King Dan's Old Rebellion. Oh, they actually do.
Ashton's gonna try.
Wow.
Maybe a
Okay.
split send. Yeah, one income.
An income from Johnny C. Alright. Deep Coiler keeps getting stacks and stacks of ace, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see if Lil Bro's able to keep this bad boy alive. I think he's going to just do really well with the Divine Blessing Doomsday.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be able to. He's basically minus 500, 600 or so. So
Yeah.
maybe tricky even with the Divine.
There's a snail being added here.
Yeah, I mean he has upper split anyways, so the snail
Yeah.
tanks one Doomsday shot. That's pretty worth.
That's fair. The left side just gets obliterated, but
Yeah.
now the Ghost Knight's going to do its thing, start tanking onto that Doomsday, and yeah, it looks like the send was a heads-up play
Got
there
it.
from Ashton, because it takes down the Divine Blessing, it takes down the egg as well, and Little Bro, like you said, he had to do something to try and make his roll scale into the late game, but that something, he's paying a heavy price for it.
Yeah, I think he wanted them to send though. That was the plan, to try and get 15 opened up for them.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, if they hold 15, then this was bad, but it does let them push.
I
Which
mean,
is maybe
Johnny's,
the goal.
Johnny has options on 15, you know?
Yeah, he's solid for sure. I mean, flying Hades, flying Sovereign with Divine Blessing. I mean,
Yeah. Ashton will be leaking 15 though, that's for certain.
probably. I mean, he's got an army of cats.
That's where it's at. King... I mean, King will be leaking 15 himself, but do
Well,
Johnny and Ashton
yeah.
want to try for a race, or will they just income King it out, do you think?
Don't know. Probably do have to send full, but I guess they don't feel that way.
Ashton's finally starting to gain ace stacks onto his Dread Knight now that he's got the upgrade, but maybe too little too late. That thing's not going to be nearly as strong as it could have been.
Yeah. What's the send though? Yeah, GKs.
GKs are looking good, and Kraken into Johnny C. And it is just income. Actually, Johnny goes for a mole.
Nothing wrong with being a little cheeky.
I feel like having a fully upgraded King could be pretty important for them this wave.
Yeah, that does seem valuable as well.
Now let's see. Johnny, he has some juice. Like, he has the double levy buff Hades, he has the Divine Blessing on the
I don't know
Sovereign.
about this though.
I, Tyrus,
Yeah.
Pulling Kraken into upper split is always risky.
Well, it usually means that the Hades ends up like solo attacking it at some point.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta kill the left side pretty fast, but well, it's working out for him. Like
Yeah, it is.
His random units did a pretty good job killing the
This
Kraken.
DK's doing work for Ashton as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Wait
It's
a
finally getting
second.
focused, though.
Johnny C? Hello?
Absolute beast.
Machine.
They
They
get
will both
more?
leak, but...
Are they alive or are they dead?
Oh, does he get one more summon? No, he doesn't! Oh! I think one more summon was alive for sure. Like this, I don't know. They don't have that fully upgraded
The
king.
boss and a lot of creeps.
Yeah, but Ashton's boss is
And
full
a 4-eye.
HP.
Yeah.
That's enough. It is enough.
Got him.
Oh dear. The Ashton
That king held them
fans
all.
taking down their idol here in the first round of the grand finals. Offma. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I mean, they were doing a pretty good job of holding right up until this game, where they started leaking up a lot in the early game.
Yeah.
And that egg bait was quite good, actually.
It was. I mean, it really kind of pulled the rug out from under them there. It set them up for the wave 15. And I still think, by the way, if Johnny had just gone full income king, they at least would have survived here on 15.
Yeah, they might, yeah.
But
He didn't even leak king, so...
yeah, surviving isn't always enough, right? Like you have another wave, but you're so far behind that it doesn't really matter, and you're just kind of prolonging things. So maybe his play to try and get a leak on King Dance was okay, but like you say, King just held. It was actually a Solday who leaked to the incomes end. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh well, that's left for another day, but for now we have a 1-0 advantage going the way of the Ashton fans, meaning that Ashton himself now has to pull out all of the stops as we go into game number 2 to try and level up the series, because you don't want to be 2 games behind in this best of 5. It just puts way too much pressure on you, I think.
Yeah. Definitely not.
So what would you like to see differently, Offma, from Johnny and Ashton? Or do you think it's just more of the same? Do you think their game plan was solid? Were there any noticeable errors that you spotted?
Yeah, I feel like their king just took too much damage.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. I mean, their king took too much damage and they didn't get anything out of it, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that's...
they weren't really ahead economically compared to king and Solday, so
yeah.
they gotta get something if they're gonna sack their king.
Like, it's kind of fine to use your king HP as a resource, but you need to be gaining something strategic from it, as opposed to just leaking for fun and giving your opponents extra gold, right?
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, the other thing is they could have tried like a full send on 4 as well. Like, well, honestly, the Fiend was probably the best send into king, actually, but Miner from Isolde.
We have another game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen, because game number 2 is ready. Let's see if Balkan Lynx are able to even out the score, or will Ashton fans increase their lead? Miner from Isolde, like you said, Offma. What do you think about this one?
I honestly don't know how to feel about Miner. I mean, I feel like it's an okay mastermind, but if he likes it, then I'm here to see it.
It can certainly
And they run it
scale
back.
really heavily into the late game if they get into that position.
Yeah. Let's see what Johnny does without Whirlybird evolution. What else has he got for us? Oh, he's got Flower Seedling.
Flower Seedling's pretty good.
Not really a lot of evolution potential, though. Maybe the Slime Mummy, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, Sakura is an option as well. Or can you evolve a Sakura? Maybe not. That might be the one unit with an exception.
Yeah, I think you actually can't evolve Sakura because you just get too much value.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Isolde is going for the snail into Johnny C, perhaps thinking he would go back to his Fiesta that he used to play quite often. Oh, speaking of snails, though, here's one coming out from Johnny into King Dance, who is not playing Fiesta, but is going for a risky opener.
And Ashton actually got saved on 1, and he has Halo opener with Ace, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how does Halo perform as an opener? I mean, it's weak on 4.
It's going to be strong for the next couple of waves, right? So King Dans might be feeling a little bit sad that he skipped here on wave 1.
Yeah.
Solday is
And the
able
Gate Guard gonna
to
drop that.
cover for his teammate. The Gate Guard is fantastic at doing that.
All the dogs.
Whoa.
And wow, Isolde had Snail and Income, saves it, so maybe looking for a bit of a punish here.
Mhm.
But probably going to be disappointed once he sees this. Not
King
really
Dans.
much to do.
King is continuing to save into Ashton, who has stayed for workers.
Yeah.
Well, he has to stay for workers, right?
Yeah, I was
He can't
going to say,
afford
I don't
it
know if
more.
that one was...
Yeah.
I mean, King knows that. He's 4 workers, and maybe he's like, I'll just save on you and see what happens.
Isolde did have a robo shift click there for wave 2. Now, it's kind of lucky that he
Yeah.
didn't quite reach it, because I think Johnny would have easily held that with all of those seeds.
Yeah.
Ashton
And-
still went up to 5 workers, by the way, so despite the fact that he's been
Ooh.
saved on, and there is a brute coming. So Ashton may be about to pay for his hubris here on wave 3.
So,
Perfectly affords the Fire Archer, though. That's very good here.
Yeah, that's it's a pretty nice one. I assume it will tank, right? It's going to walk up, but if it... See how good the positioning is, I guess.
2 stacks of ace on the Halo, that makes the thing pretty strong.
We'll send into King here, and he's chilling on 5 workers. I imagine he'll be... Oh, that's... The Brutus headed straight for the Halo, actually.
Yeah. I think that's
Really
where he
better, 'cause I
wants
think
it,
that-
to be honest,
yeah.
because now the Fire Archer can tank really nicely in the
Yeah, can
split.
smurf a bit harder.
But, yeah, 80 cent
got
proving
him.
too much. 43% leak there for Mr. Butcher.
And this never covers.
Oh, no, yeah.
In fact,
I mean,
this
do
is
the
a
seeds
super long
even...
wave.
They can never kill the turtle, right? That's going to be a leak from
Yeah.
Johnny as well. Let's get your
Yeah,
Waldos
good
out.
DT. That's gotta be the strongest DT ever.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny does have the worker lead, so they're generating...
There's something.
They are getting a strategic edge from this leak, unlike in the first game.
And now let's see the servant after income from this way.
Ooh, Isolde wants that hermit. Nah, he just goes for the feed.
So, does King try a full send here with like a 3rd snail or something?
Hmm.
Does he smell something weak in Ashton's lane? Because this is probably not Halo's strongest wave. Fire Archer is very good.
Fire
here,
Archer is
obviously,
very
but-
good here, yeah. It looks like no, he's just happy to take his income.
Yeah. But Johnny tries another full send into King. Really doesn't believe that King will keep his rat up, but
King's really high
so
value,
far
though.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's probably going to play for an angler here, I imagine, right?
Yeah, I mean, he already has a steed on the board as well, so it doesn't hurt so much that the angler's coming down quite so late.
Yeah, he needs to get something going with his roll, and wow. Maybe would have fell over to another snail? It's hard to say.
It would have been close.
9 workers now for Ashton and Johnny. I mean, this is what they do.
Yeah. The snowball is rolling.
The question is, can they survive a save? But Ashton has a great 7 answers stored up. Johnny, not so much, but, you know, Slime Mommy, maybe an Avenger type of situation can
I
work.
mean, the warp wing's pretty good, and like an evolved slime
Yeah.
mummy is certainly not too shabby, right?
Yeah, that's something. I think they have options, so we'll see what King and Isolde go for with their save.
Yeah.
Because they are going to be able to do whatever they want.
Yep, they have absolutely no pressure because Johnny and Ashton continue to income and king upgrade. That's all part of the snowball as well, though, right?
Yeah.
So at some point they just get so far ahead that the save doesn't matter.
10 workers for Isolde now. Taking advantage of that gate guard.
There's that angler that you suggested for Kingdoms, although
He is
he
going for
may
a
end
leak.
up leaking, yeah. But that's honestly good for them, because
Yeah,
Kingdoms and
more
Isolde, they
pressure.
have the pressure lead here.
But they're
Ooh.
Johnny is gonna try something here.
Potentially an undercut play here from Johnny C.
Yeah.
Alright. Right, he will be able to afford a third Robo as well, and King Dans and Isolde continue to save.
Violet Pack Rat with Steed on 6. I mean, I imagine the Sea Dragon might be dead here to the Robos.
Yeah, this unit's pretty good though on wave 6.
Yeah. And what does Ashen want to do here? Build a casket? This is a
Yeah, he does
120
go for
cent.
the casket. Okay, I think that's a fine play.
I think you gotta hope that little bro. Well, he's not. Gonna
Oh,
hold,
Lil
is he?
Bro, very greedy here, and Ashton
Yeah.
did decide to add a Robo
smelt
into
it.
the mix post income.
So, let's see, little bro. What have you got? I mean, his Gatecard did get another summon, both
Yeah.
of them. So
Both his gate guards got the extra summon, so that's good for
But-
him, but it's still going to be a leak. And actually, King Dan's 49% as well. The triple Robo, even managing to overwhelm that Violet
Huge
here on wave
undercut.
6. This is a successful undercut. The problem is, Offma, look at those Mythium counts for both King Dan's and Isolde. This is going to be 200 Mythium plus against both Johnny and Ashton on wave
So-
7.
have they changed? Has the king damage changed when these two guys make it to the king?
I think it's a lot.
Almost an ogre.
Yeah. I think Jules ran some tests on Wave 9 and found that they didn't do that much damage to the king. Wave 7, on the other hand, I think they might still be quite dangerous.
Yeah, Shadow Dance is a good trick. Maybe just a little lucky that king didn't get to that ogre, actually, because that's what he was going to go for.
He was close to it as well.
Yeah, but actually, little bro, the one who could get there, made the right call and went for the mimic against this. I don't know about the double lizard.
I mean, he's just
Seems
sending
kinda weird
against
to me, but-
Arcane, right? Like Robo... I
Yeah.
think Lizard actually does more damage against Arcane armor than a Robo does.
Yeah, I was thinking more like, why didn't he just go for a brute with
Ah,
Brute
yeah.
Snail or something?
Yeah.
But maybe he's just a genius. But this looks like an insane hold with the Avenger.
Yeah.
They did donate a lot of gold back, so this makes sense. And the Mimic isn't really eating anything.
The Mimic hasn't
allergic,
got
actually.
anything, yeah. Only one
Wow.
last hit there. Ashton's Mimic, King Dan's Mimic did a little better against Ashton with 15
Yeah.
gold on that bad boy. But here we have two Mimics reaching the King.
Start at 86.
It's so much damage off my...
Yeah. Okay, that hurt a little bit. But I don't know if that necessarily means they're ahead. I feel like still I like Johnny and Ashton's spot as long as they don't die.
Yeah, not dying is certainly going to help their chances in this game, I think. But it looks like we have a game that's just wide open at this point. Like, it's dead
Yeah.
even. King Dan's and Isolde, they have the king advantage, but Johnny and Ashton have the economic advantage.
I'm looking at this AOA. I feel like the game might just end around there.
Yeah.
But it could even end earlier, right? Like, no one is looking that good on 10. Like, particularly maybe Johnny with the Avenger or, like, the Nightmare, the Kingpin. But, like, we have 2 DKs on the board.
There's answers for 11,
Yeah.
that's for sure. Spread the Wealth is a good defensive option as well, if both players on the team pick it.
Double Fiend here trying to get Isolde here from Ashton, but the Nightmare is just perfect against that. So good job by him respecting that, and now he's on to 16 workers. They're just going for a bit of income here.
It's kind of
18
crazy to
workers
me
now.
that both sides are just continuing to income king while they're so low. Like, it must be tempting
Yeah.
to go for a big play with this all-out assault.
Yeah, I mean, King is definitely a bit behind after all of the action.
You don't often
Everyone
see
is
King
breaking
Dan's
region.
at the bottom of the power score table.
Yeah, he does have that angler as a hope, but honestly, that angler probably hurt him more than it helped so far.
Yeah.
Didn't help his hold on 6. Didn't help the Pro League on 5.
At some point, he'll get the Kingpin power spike, though, right?
Yeah, surely.
You have to imagine that at some point it's going to be wave 10.
That's what it feels like. Another round of income from Ashton here.
And both. King and Isolde do start to save, though. So they may
Yeah.
well be eyeing up that all-out assault.
Yeah, but can you leak Ashton on 11?
It's going to be a
It's just-
tough call.
They're just on value.
Yeah.
On value with good units, and 12 doesn't look much better.
I think if Johnny and Ashton go for a share the wealth play, then Ashton should be
Yeah.
able to get the Dread Knight for sure.
And I don't see anything really. I mean, Battle Scars would be kind of juicy, I guess, but I
Yeah.
mean, Spread the Wealth seems very good in that try not to die situation.
This Arc of Justice is ramping really quickly as well with its 9 stacks of ace.
Yeah. It's a long hold.
Yeah. And the Kingpin
Yeah,
actually
you're-
working out there for King Dens, because he basically had no hopes of holding wave 10 without that.
Yeah. So probably Spread the Wealth. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there it is, and there's the Dread
They're
Knight
kind of
coming out
back
from
on
Ashton.
value. I mean, this is their AOA value, by the way.
Yeah. King and Isolde didn't send, though.
Yeah, they were lining up 12, which makes more sense against like the Halo, this guy, but we do have Johnny kind of building out the AoE. Which there are counters for. I mean, he's gonna have Myth for like double bear or something, or like bear mole hermit if he wants it.
Yeah. I don't know, though,
Whereas
because they
Ash-
cover each other so nicely. Like, 15 seems to be a shared weak wave, but that's a long way away.
Yeah. I feel like it has to be this 12th play, especially after they saved.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, it can work. I definitely... I can see it working. I can see it not working. Like, Ashton doesn't have the best tanks for his DK. Doesn't have the best damage to support his DK.
It does have a lot of value, though.
Yeah. The value department is looking solid. But maybe we're just going 13.
Looks that way, Offmer. Both
Yeah.
sides holding on to their Mythium for now.
Let's see. It does look like it's just gonna. I mean, ooh, this is a tough call for Johnny, right? He kind of has to build for 12th, but yeah, I mean, this is a really nice skip. It turns out.
He should still be able to afford the Sovereign on wave 13, though, right?
Yeah, I think it's more like if he could have got these two out
Yeah,
for 13,
yeah,
then he would have
yeah.
been really happy. But
Yeah, that's true.
it is what it is. I mean, it's not like it's not like they were building for 13 as well.
Hmm. And Ashton
No one's
actually
really
went
been
for
able-
a second Shadow Dancer here, which isn't going to do him
Yeah.
any favours on 13.
I mean, it's just a straight race here. It looks like.
Yeah, both sides.
No one
Ah.
particularly looking that good, I'll be honest.
Well, Johnny and Ashton have way less Mythium.
Way more value.
They do have way more value. Yeah, funny how that works out.
I mean, Little Bro has, like, this is a cool setup, but there's no tank value.
Yeah. Johnny's unsure whether
Yeah.
he wants the Halo or the Sovereign. He can afford
Yeah,
only
I
one.
kind of like the Halo more, honestly.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he can afford to evolve it as well, so that might be the
Yeah.
decision maker.
And Imps into Ashton is looking really solid. A lot of
Yep.
targets for the Halo and just gonna melt these Royal Guards, right? So let's see.
Right. Let's see. Balkan Links, they receive way more Mythium here. They do have a lot more value, of course, but is either player able to hold this Halo off-tanking perfectly in Ashton's lane? But his front line is crumbling. This will still be a leak on the Butcher.
Yeah. King is gonna hold, I think.
Ashton leaks
It's insane
56.
positioning.
Johnny C leaks 50.
Yeah.
I don't know if that kills them. It's going to be very close. King Dans does hold. Isolde's doing fantastically as well. In retrospect, this should have just been income and king from Johnny and Ashton.
Yeah. I was nervous for their builds, but they worked out perfectly. It just wasn't enough Mythium to thread them.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
the big
it's-
Mimic might finish the job. I mean,
It
you
is
can't kill it.
lethal. Oh no! Those mimics are not
Crazy.
playing around, Offmer. They do so much damage against the king.
Yeah, I mean, this was a crazy game. They went 4 into 7, and then they income twice, and then they just went straight 13 and one-shot them.
Yeah,
Well, two-shot them, I suppose.
And the leaks were not even bad on 13.
Yeah.
Like, Johnny leaked 1 creep plus the Mimic. Ashton leaked a couple of creeps, and like, it was close. Like, we saw the King there with just the Mimic left alive. If they had gone for Income King, they definitely would have survived again. So that's maybe 2 games in a row where they just need to try and survive. But again, is survival enough? Or are you just too much on the back foot at that point? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the advantage of this format is, though, when the 2-0 game is when you're down 2-0, the game gets easier because they have less masterminds, but
Yeah.
it's still hard. It's still really hard.
I mean, there's so many masterminds available these days, right? That it's having 4 of the masterminds out of your pool doesn't restrict you that much because there's like 20 of them now. So
yeah, and doesn't even feel like they did anything that badly. They just lost.
Yeah,
They didn't quite have enough juice.
It was another one where they just took too much king damage and then they died.
Yeah, I mean, King and Isolde are just doing a much better job of actually killing Johnny and Ashton. Like, their mid-game calls have been quite good, right? The egg bait into the long 15, and then, like, we were thinking 11, 12, and they were like, no, this is actually this is a comfortable straight 13.
Yeah. Well, Othma. Oh, hold on, I need to say... So, Jenon was rightfully picking me up in the Twitch chat yesterday because every single time it comes down to the last game in the series, I always say that this one's for all the marbles. And now we have Jenon 2-0 in the grand finals. Jenon, Solde, this one's for you. This one's for all the marbles. Game 3, let's go.
Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, I don't recognize that Legion spell. I'm assuming it's one of the new ones.
That one is Wolverine, which does something when the unit gets to half HP. I think it's like a load of regen or something.
Okay.
Like something like the Priestess of the Abyss spell when they get to half HP. I don't think I've ever seen it before, so maybe we get one now.
I mean, it's really unfortunate we haven't seen that after so many games we've played, so...
Yeah. Well, Kingdans does have the Priestess in his role, so that could be a really good target for the Wolverine, right?
Yeah, I hear that. And what did he double lock in, out of curiosity? Like, I literally don't see a good unit in his role. Or like,
lock in random.
Oh, it was lock in random.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's Scrapper. I'm actually blind.
Double lock-in doesn't exist anymore.
That doesn't exist anymore. Well, I mean, his Scrapper Sakura role, so he's going to be generating that value.
Yeah, but the rest of his role looks really bad, no?
I'll let him cook. I mean, Mask Sakura, there's something there. It's like Photo Mask at home.
I think Little Bro can afford to have a bad role, though.
Yeah, I mean, this guy seems to be taking over with just whatever. Doesn't really matter for him.
But more to the point, they're 2 games up, right? So they are allowed to have a bad game now and still be in the winning position.
Although you do start to feel it a little bit.
Yeah. They would, of course, prefer to win 3-0. That goes without saying.
King does get his 5th worker.
That snail actually really consequential, right?
Delicious.
Yeah. He would still be on 4 workers now, if not for that snail on 1.
And by the way, Ashton and Johnny changed it up. They swapped off the Ace Evo and went for a lot more early game with the Champ and Saboteur. I mean, I think they realized when your King starts 40% every game, you gotta start mixing it up.
Yeah.
And I like that. I mean, you gotta try something new.
I mean, taking that much king damage early is really consequential, right? Because, I mean, aside from the obvious, it means that you have to start playing a bit safer, so you can't take those like heavy worker pushing risks. But you also end up spending a lot of Mythium on king upgrades instead of aggression. And against players of Kingdans and Isolde's caliber, that just gives them way too much free reign to do whatever they want against you.
Yeah, those mid-game calls were much, much harder for Ashton and Johnny, right? They had to play way more defensively,
Yeah,
and King and Isolde just were like, well, we'll just go a little bit longer.
yeah.
Full send into King, trying to catch him. He did add the Aqua. I assume that's not too close.
It may be too close
Looks...
if it turns purple at some point. I'm not entirely sure how these things work.
Ah, but is it enough to hold?
Oh,
Little bro is leaking. I think he must, or no, he'll. Wow.
no, but Kingdowns is leaking, and that flower's
Yeah.
not long for this world.
Oops. Johnny also did.
But
Wow.
both Johnny and Ashton leak to the snails here on 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Isolde's kind of fine about losing a Sakura stack,
Yeah.
given that once again they're taking this king damage lead here on wave 3.
Does make holding wave 4 a lot more annoying, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, he's going for the Pixie, but I don't like the Pixie when it's even split. I feel like that's just kind of weird on 5, but
It does weird things on 5, yeah.
yeah, well, we'll let him cook. I mean, his teammate is actually, I remember, invented the, like, you just put the Pixie half down, because against 60, the DT is going right anyway, so you don't need the upper split.
Yeah.
But against the snail, he'll be fine, and hopefully his Pixie does.
Yeah, that thing's very dead, but the Sakura will live.
Which is exactly how he wants it, so good things there. 8 workers for King now. King actually, I mean, the skeleton is pretty nice with the priestess. Gives you some options to get out those big guys.
That's very true.
See what he wants to do with it necessarily, because obviously you don't want to have it on your board for too long, but he's just going to go double skeleton into question mark. And actually, we talked about how Little Bro had the Champ Adam game. Johnny, not a fan of the Champ Adam, so he's going to be waiting around for the DK, presumably.
Well, that makes sense.
But maybe a slight early game lead already. I mean, to begin with, Johnny hasn't even used his Champ. They have 0 King ups and a long save is happening, so if they do take King damage here, they are in a... it's not going to be fun.
Yeah.
And saving for 6 makes sense when you're playing Sakura Poda, so see what they go for. It is just gonna be a brute, but a dino for...
A dino for a Soul Day, okay. Well, this could be very crucial here for the Balkan Lynx, right? Because presumably Johnny C should be easily holding here against the income send, and sure, it's quite likely that Ashton does leak, but Johnny should be able to cover, and meanwhile, they both saved their Mythium Ophma, so now, for the first time in the early game, the pressure is going to be on the side of Johnny and Ashton.
Yeah, and Little Bro is... this mask is not really doing it. It's not
really
tanking.
Nice tanking.
But yeah, I mean, great positioning from Ashton. He's actually going to kill both brutes, which is a lot of gold.
Yeah. I mean, he leaks 50%, but it was 120 Mythium send. And this is while they're saving, and while his teammates should easily be able to cover.
Yeah, but King has the right read. He does just still have 2 skeletons, and he can move out a bunk, move out a big priestess, probably?
Yeah.
He wanted... I kind of like the bunk more, I think, honestly, but...
The bunk lines up really nicely as well, because he only has to sell 1 skeleton for it. Although, having said that, the gold is really nice for the Azaria as well.
I think the bunk is nice just because they probably will have Mimic Gold, not Ogre Gold, or Mythium right now, so... And a full Skybot, he scrapped his Sakura, absolute bad man.
I mean, he's gonna hold, right? Like, the Skybot's pretty good against a Mimic on 7.
Yeah, I mean... I guess that's why you don't need to protect your 7. He's just going to protect it himself.
That's a big economic hit, though.
Yeah.
He does hold.
To hold a Mimic, you'll take it. And King messed up, though. Looks like his Azaria died on the left, and he's going to penny leak everything.
Oh, yeah. Okay, 46% leak there for King Dance.
I mean, that.
Yeah, his teammate's going to cover though. Like that Skybot's still looking
Yeah,
healthy.
I mean, the Sakura player has 7. I mean, sad for him that he'll lose his value generation, and he lost his Pixie as well. But he's top of the power score, and he.
He builds another one.
And the thing is, okay, hold on.
He sold the Pixie as well as the
Yeah.
Sakura, right? So it's even with Scrapper, it's a lot of gold.
Yeah, I mean, he has 8 workers to do this, to be fair. But he's been studying. I guess he's been studying the Scrapper VODs, cooking up something devious here. Johnny is gonna have to try and take advantage of this, which I imagine he will push to the moon here.
Yeah.
And King is probably gonna be the sad guy here. He's got to hold this next big send from Johnny.
When's it going to be?
Probably comes 10.
Yeah,
right
10,
now 10
10
looks
looks
really
good.
juicy, but
Yeah,
Little Bro does have a secret surprise for them.
Yeah, and he is Scrapper. So, like, we saw how
Yeah.
well he used that on Wave 7. I could definitely see something being sold for a full Fatalizer on 10.
I mean, honestly, does he even need to sell it? He could just full shift right here. Like, who is going to send this board on? Okay, he could also do that, which
But
is...
Do you need to show it?
Yeah, like, you're so strong here, and they're never going to send you when you show. They're going to income you, right? So...
And you're plus 100 while showing it. Like, just hide the information, little bro.
Like, Skybot has got to be, like, unleakable on Wave 9, right?
Yeah.
Like, and now they can go income into him. They can save longer. Well, they probably can't save longer because Johnny's maybe going to leak then if he doesn't send.
Uh-huh.
But I would imagine they could just income Little Bro now. And Ashton will. But if he didn't show that Zerker, it would have put the doubt into Ashton's head, right? Like, why did he just not build? Did he just full push? Can I leak him then?
Yeah.
And then you just pop out a Theta and Ashton's really sad. But here comes an Ogre for King.
And the income.
Okay.
But they're both going for full sends as well, actually. King Dan's and Isolde. Interesting.
And Johnny will leak to this, won't he? Like, which one of his units is going to hold this wave?
Yeah,
against
really.
The 0 send? And, I mean, he had to do some math to get the Theta, but...
He has it.
He has it.
Isolde is definitely holding. How's Ashton doing?
He's got a build. I know that. But his build doesn't look that good. I mean...
Yeah.
I will say, surprisingly, the cat does a lot of damage here, but he doesn't really have that unit, right? He has like a Halo, but it's a small one.
This is going to be a leak for both Johnny and Ashton, I think.
They have 0 King-Ups. 0 King-Ups.
King Dan's leaks a lot, but of course Isolde holds against the income send with his Fatalizer. Johnny C, who could not afford to get that Dread Knight upgraded, ends up leaking as well. And like you say, with no King upgrades, Balkan Lynx are going to be losing a decent chunk of that King HP. This is health points they cannot afford to lose off that.
Ah, but his Sakura died. Was it even worth it?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, 35 HP with 0 King attacks, and you have a Saboteur on your team, you're probably dead, right? Like,
where have we seen this one before? Balkan Lynx just... Their early game.
Even with the early game masterminds, I mean, the champion didn't really work out, right? Because the champion started on wave 7.
Yeah.
And now what, right?
Now Little Bro's on fire. Oh lordy, he's scrapping.
So let's read Wolverine. This fighter is a Wolverine. Oh yeah, it just regens. Ah, that's pretty cool.
Do we see it being used on any of the players? It's on the bunk here.
Yeah,
so...
it's on this guy.
What does it do? 380 HP for 5 seconds? That's a lot of hit points.
Yeah, I think that's quite literally just Poda.
Yeah. Well, let's see if this bunk goes to half HP. How quickly does it regen? Ah, pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's solid.
And then it dies anyway. What a spell!
Wow. Little Bro picked his favorite.
The giant
Secret
snails.
surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his mastermind. Johnny
Didn't
C
mind it, though.
really. I don't really get why he did that. Right? Are they gonna die on 13 with this?
I think they're going for wave 13. Kingdoms and Assault Day. Like,
Yeah, and this much. Oh, they're trying. a 12
oh,
up
they
shot.
want an undercut.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
well.
spicy. It might work. Little Bro would have to sell here if he really wants to hold this.
I mean, it's not like they're weak here, right? Like, there's a Haven here from Kingdoms. And an Azerio as well. This is a very tough wave to try and leak Kingdoms on. He may...
Well, he's may just not use this.
Okay, he uses it. He uses it, yeah.
He's not a crazy guy.
I think with the Wolverine on that Banana Haven, this should just be an easy hold for
Yeah,
Kingdoms.
but the problem is they need to get a lot of gold out of this.
Yeah.
Which they might, to be fair.
I mean, surely Kingdoms just hold, though, no?
Yeah, I mean, the 4-eye is good, right? Counters the Wolverine effect,
Yeah.
kind of, except for the wave is dead.
Extra summon on the Harbinger there as well. This looks like a hold to me.
And Little Bro's doing great.
Yeah. This game's over,
And,
Opma.
yeah. Wow.
Kingdoms able to fully hold here.
I did talk to King before the semis today, and he said it'll be a quick 5-0. And
He's not wrong.
He was wrong. He dropped a game.
Yeah, true. They did lose a game in the
But-
semi-finals, but here in the grand finals, they are putting
Yeah,
on one
he's-
heck of a show.
He's delivering on his promise, and unless Ashton has a super secret miracle hidden in his bag,
Yeah, I just don't see it. Like, Johnny C is minus 660 value on his weak wave, and Ashton
Yeah.
is honestly not much further behind.
yeah, and Little Bro going with the giant snail send plus a witch.
All right, Balkan Lynx, can they pull off a miracle here on wave 13? They're going to
And they
need
quite
one
literally don't need a very big league either, right? 37% 3
Yeah.
king attacks.
with no king ups. Yeah,
Yeah, they just need a tickle. The monk is down,
and the main body of the DK is getting focused.
but here comes the Wolverine,
Oh, Wolverine, let's go! Oh, and he's dead. Okay.
and he's dead.
And Ashton leaks 77, and Johnny leaks 77. At least they have matching leaks. And there
Yeah.
you have it, Offma. The Ashton fans taking down their idol in the grand finals to become June Nova Cup champions. Kingdowns and Isolde, congratulations! Very well
Yeah.
played.
Insanely well played.
Wow. Okay, let's see if we can get those guys in here for a quick winners interview.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, messaging, hopefully they're up for it. Kingdowns is.
In fact, King Dan's told me, who knows, I don't even know how the new mastermind works.
That's just classic King, though, right?
Yeah. Doesn't really matter what's happening over there in their lane. They gotta worry about his lane.
Yeah. Alright. Do we get those guys in here? Soldo's up for it as well. Oh, King is here already. King Dans, hello!
Hey, hello.
Hey, congratulations. I think Isolde's on his way as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Does he know where to go?
I don't know if he's ever been here before.
He's done
He
it
has
once.
won before. Let
Or
me check if
twice.
let me check his roles.
He's played with Drac twice, I think, and they won both times. I think.
Yeah. Bear with me, callers. I'm just checking to make sure that Solde can get in here. Yeah, it looks like he doesn't have the permissions.
Maybe we dragged him last time.
Are you able to drag him? I don't seem to know how because I'm an idiot.
I don't see him anywhere, so
I
dragging
don't
him
see
would be
him
hard.
either. Is he in the main server? He might not be in the server. Okay.
That's actually something to consider as well, yeah.
Okay. All right. So in the meantime, when we try and get Isolde onto here, King Dans, you must be feeling pretty good about yourself there with a very quick 3-0 here in the grand finals. Tell us about your strategies.
Strategies? I don't know. I just pick Chaos and Greed, and then we just try to play solid. That's really all we did.
Yeah, just good all around
Since I
play.
haven't played in a long time.
Have you not been playing the ladder that much either?
Oh, well, I played like maybe 5 to 10 games in the last 30 days.
That's all you
That's
need.
more than us.
That's about 5 or 10 games more than Offmer, and maybe 5 more than me.
Hold
you,
on.
are you still looking for Isolde? All right.
I see him now.
I think Offmer's sorting out the roles. So I think King Dans, you had a chat with Offmer before the series, and you were confident in a quick 5-0 in your games, right? So you proved that successfully here in the grand finals, but you did actually lose a game there in the semis against Fine and Pakistan. So what happened in that game?
In that game, I made a mistake. I did not upgrade my Angler to a Bounty Hunter on F8, and then when I sent to 9, I couldn't get the Kingpin.
Okay, so an uncharacteristic error there for King Dans.
Yeah, you could say.
Losing your only game of the entire day, by the way. How were your games yesterday? Were they also flawless, or did you drop a game here and there?
Yeah, it was a quick 4-0.
Fair enough. So it seems that Fine and Pakistan, the only players able to take a game from you this entire month. That's not too shabby. And I think it's fair to say then that must mean that Widdowson is the weak link in your chain, right? Because here with Isolde, you just steamrolled, it seems.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially since we also steamrolled Widdowson 2-0 in day 1.
Oh, did he play?
Yeah, in Adamas.
Oh, okay. Banana Boys were back. I didn't even pick up on that one. That's pretty hype. But
yeah, so how did you and Little Bro decide to team up?
Oh, well, I was gonna play with Aviator, and then because Widdowson was on vacation, but then he actually came back in time, so he decided to sign up with Adamas. And then when Aviator couldn't play, so then I had another teammate. And then I just looked through the solo signups and found my new teammate.
Going for a full wife swap, it seems, but it clearly proved very successful for you. Do you find that you play differently with Isolde compared to Widdowson on your team?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I can't really tell. But the games were a lot smoother than our games usually are. Usually with Widdowson on day 1, we always go into the lower bracket.
Yeah, so Isolde's got a little bit more of a backbone to help carry the team, I suppose. But yeah, he had some very strong plays actually. A couple of times we saw him really snowballing and carrying and putting a ton of pressure on his opponents at the same time. So a very good pairing, I think, for you two. And clearly it's been a good team, ending up with a win, dropping only one game in the entire 2 days event. So very, very solid there. And Johnny, I think they were a very good team as well, and it must have come as a bit of a shame for you, being the Ashton fans, to have to take down your idol here in the finals. Like, was that upsetting at all? Did you find that difficult?
Yeah, maybe Little Bro wants to answer that one.
Is he here?
I'm here. I couldn't not find the room.
Ah, okay. Well, Lil Bro, welcome and congratulations. You finally found your way here to the talk.
Thank you.
Yeah, really well played. I think you and King Dans played phenomenally well together. How are you feeling, Isolde? This is the first time that we've had you here for quite some time now.
Yeah, I mean, King was a pretty good teammate. He's more vocal and knows when he's leaking and when he's not. So it's easier to play in voice.
So really easy for you guys to kind of bounce off each other, strategize, and plan lines out.
Just felt natural, to be honest. Like sometimes we didn't even communicate something, but we just both ended up going for the skip.
Nice.
Just happened to work out.
So I think if I'm reading between the lines, what we're hearing is Widdowson's getting benched.
Maybe.
I mean, how about the egg play in the first game? Did you guys talk about that ahead of time? Like, oh, I'm gonna go for this egg and roll 13.
I felt like if they send on 13, it's a win for us, but if they skip, it's also a win. So that's kind of the dynamic that egg provides.
It just puts them in a really tough spot, right? Because like you say, if they just skip, you get the free egg, you have a ton of extra value. And if they send, which they did, and you leaked there, but obviously King was able to hold, and then you got the killer blow in on 15. So that egg just really backs them into a corner. Othma, you were a big fan of that play, weren't you, during the game?
Yeah, it was pretty good. And the thing is, you both had eggs, so one of you could have done it no matter what.
Yeah, it's not necessary for both players to go egg.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And that game was pretty rough for you at the start too, right? Because you had Champion Adam as your best opener with Champ, so pretty good that you made it out.
With Champion Adam was pretty good since they made the third form.
Yeah, true.
I think Champion Atom has 100% win rate from what I've seen so far.
Yeah,
I've never seen it lose a game, that's for sure.
Yeah, maybe that was the mistake Johnny made in the third game. He should have put the Champ on the Atom.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of everything. I did actually just want to ask what you guys think about the new addition, so the Ace Mastermind and the Wolverine spell. I don't think you played Ace actually, did you? But you definitely used Wolverine there in the last game. Do you think it's good?
I think Wolverine is pretty good on a tank, like especially the skeleton.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get to put it on a skeleton because they said 12, but
it was good on your Haven though, right? Like really good.
Yeah.
And I guess it's pretty good on like a Azeria as well, perhaps.
Yeah, if you know how to let it tank more, I guess it's good. But I don't know how to do that.
I'm sure you do. Okay, but I think that's kind of everything that I wanted to ask. Othma, any more questions from yourself?
No, it was just a lot of fun to watch you guys play.
Yeah.
It's always fun to watch like two good players who don't normally team up play together, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. And clearly rewarding for you guys as well, our June Nova Cup champions. So once again, congratulations. A few shout outs from me then. Big thanks first of all to Othma for joining me on the cast here. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you to all of the people who work behind the scenes for the Legion Tournament Discord, Schnurge, Slinky Dinky, etc. for making sure the tournament runs nice and smooth, and of course to Team Legion for developing the game, keeping things fresh, and of course sponsoring the tournament. But that's everything from me. Othma, last words?
No, just always fun to come and cast, even though I'm not playing too much. I always have a blast, and it's always nice to see like new teams, new stuff is always nice to watch, so yeah, loving it.
Definitely. And then finally, from our victors, any last words from you guys?
No, I think we're good.
Awesome. Thanks, little bro. Well, on that bombshell, guys, that is the end of our June Nova Cup. So we will see you back here in July for another installment of everybody's favourite tournament. Until then, everybody, goodbye.